I'll try to tell the story really fast. I really like the story, but I'm going to just try to make it fast. What was your name?
Josh.
So Josh, I was making some TV shows, and there was a break in between some of the action, and there was a security guard there, and I started talking to the security guard, and he started telling me that he does this thing called CrossFit to stay in shape. And so, and then he told me some of the workouts he did, and I told my friend who was there helping me produce the show, Carrie Peterson. I said, "Wow, that sucks. That guy's super fucking buff, and he has to lie about his workouts." He goes, "What did he say he does?" I'm like, "Well, he started telling me about workouts where he fucking does 100 pull-ups." So we go home, and my friend calls me, the producer who helped me produce the show, and he goes, "Dude, I went to that website that security guard was talking about. He's not fucking lying. There are workouts with 100 pull-ups in them." I'm like, "Holy shit." So we started doing CrossFit. And there weren't a lot of videos on the site then, and the internet didn't have a lot of videos on it because people didn't have the bandwidth to download videos. And so the videos on the CrossFit site were like little tiny flip phone videos. So so I eventually, after doing CrossFit for like 6 months or whatever, this is 2005 or 2006, or maybe doing CrossFit for, probably like 6 months. I sent an email to Lauren and Greg, and basically I got hired on, and I was just thrust into CrossFit, and I started making videos for them. And then the bandwidth in people's homes and the internet access and everything exploded. And then YouTube was around, and then fucking the whole thing exploded from there. And during that time, I used to go to L1s and film everything there. Like just L1 after L1 after L1. I don't know how many L1s I've been to, 50. And through that, I was just completely blown away at these L1 trainers. They transmitted so much information in 2 days, and the culture of CrossFit. It was like it really is like a fucking cult. They teach you, they teach you to love your fellow and to cheer on and motivate and believe in your fellow workouter. I don't know what you call them, your fellow, the person next to you who's taking personal responsibility and personal accountability for their lives, and to support them regardless if they're doing scaled, not scaled, how old they are. Well, it was the most, it is the antithesis. It's full acceptance. It was the most gratifying experience ever. Everyone was broken down. It's just like what they say. There's a Taoist saying, stop thinking and all your problems will end. And that's why if you do 100 burpees for time, your life is perfect, because all of a sudden you have to focus on your own breathing. And it's just, so yeah, through that. I'm scared to death about public speaking. I don't like meeting strangers. I'm scared to death of all that. And I always admired them, and I thought they were smart, and I always looked up to them. And so I didn't pursue it because I was just terrified. But I also used to take a bunch of gym equipment to a 400-meter track every single day, and I had basically started running my own little small affiliate during that time too. Just people would just come to the track, and they knew I would be there every day at 5 o'clock with all my weights, and I'd unload my truck, and I probably had, I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 10 people there who worked out there regularly with me for about a year. And then eventually I became a big shot executive at CrossFit, and fuck it, stopped doing that shit.
What year was that?
I don't, 2000. So I was hired at the end of 2006. And so it must've been like 2007, 8, 9, somewhere in there. I think by 8 or 9, I was like just so busy with CrossFit. I was just traveling the world, just filming CrossFit stuff at that point. I mean, it was basically just me, Tony Budding, and Carrie Peterson on the media team. And then I think Tony started hiring people like Pat Barber, Rory, Leif Edmondson. I think those were like the next 3.
You were briefly on the Update show.
Dave Lees. Yeah. And
whoa.
Yeah, I was briefly on the Update show.